What's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine? Where are your mom and dad?
Are you lost?
No, I'm not. My name's Ayu.
Hey there, Chi-Chi. Hi, Gray. What's going on?
Hi, Traveler and Paimon.
You've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost. I think he must be new to the city. Probably wandered away from his parents and...
No, listen to me. I'm not the one who's lost. It's my dad.
Your dad? How does a fully grown man manage to get lost in Liyue Harbor?
Well, my dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past, he was just a little slow to react sometimes. But I'm worried that it's getting more serious.
So, what about your mom?
She went out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad, but she still hasn't come back. Meanwhile, my dad's been getting worse and worse. I remembered that the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Chingsa Village during the Lantern Rite, so I thought when we got to the city gate, I took a moment to ask the Millelith guards for directions to the pharmacy. And then, when I turned back around, my dad was gone. I asked the Millelith guys to go find him, but he said that—
You came to the right place. We're pros at finding people. Isn't that right, Traveler?
Changshan can help. She has a good sense of smell, like a dog.
Hey, who's talking about me behind my back?
Changshan, Chi-Chi meant that as a compliment. There's no need to be upset. Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy. How might we be of service?
You have a talking snake? Oh, are you Uncle Baiju?
Uncle Baiju?
Changshan, now's not the time. My dear boy, could you tell me more about your father's condition, as much as you can recall?
Yes, Dr. Baiju.
I see. And your family lives near Chingsa Village?
Uh-huh. My mom does—
Is that so? Ayu? By any chance, is your mother's name—
Whoa, yeah, it is—
I certainly do. Gui, Chi-Chi, are there any pressing matters? Ayu's parents are old acquaintances of mine, so I would very much like to—
Don't forget us two. We already told Ayu that we'd help.
Oh, really? Well, that's wonderful.
Chi-Chi and I need to clear up the shop front first, but once that's taken care...
Family is...
Thank you. Then I'll leave you to handle the pharmacy. Traveler, Paimon, why don't you come with me and Ayu? Let's start by talking to the Millelith guards at the city gates, see if they have an update.
We searched to the north, but couldn't find anyone who matched the description.
Well, that complicates things. The city folks say there's no sign of him either. We need to start looking further afield. But where are we gonna get the people?
Excuse me, sirs. Have you found out anything about my dad yet?
Hey there, buddy. Dr. Baiju.
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join the search. Any new developments to update us on?
Oh, thank goodness. We were just discussing how we're running out of manpower. As for updates, I'm sorry to say that we've searched the surrounding area thoroughly, but didn't find anything.
The guards at the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either, so we don't believe he was heading towards the Guili Plain.
Luhua Pool? The terrain there can be tricky to navigate. Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
You will? Oh, great. We can't thank you enough.
Sorry we weren't able to find your dad, buddy.
That's okay. Thank you for trying. Dad! Dad, can you hear me?
Look, there's somebody over there. Oh no, it's... Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any further!
Watch where you're going!
Dear customer, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your patronage, but you needn't hasten the inevitable. Are you all right? Huh?
Dad!
Hey, Hu-Tao!
My, who do we have here? My worst nightmare.
I see she still hasn't warmed to you.
Thank you, Director Who, for saving this man.
Dad, are you okay? Do you recognize me? It's me, Ayu.
You're... Ayu?
Your name is Xiao Liang, and you live just west of Qingse Village. You were supposed...
My name is Jia Liang. Liyue Harbor.
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo Pharmacy right away. Sorry, Hu-Tao. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us next time.
Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo Pharmacy in this state, are you?
Huh? Why not? What's the problem?
Come on, Baizhu. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Didn't your master teach you how to spot the signs? Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're planning to use it...
Use what? What are you talking about? Paimon's lost.
There are traces of god remains in Jialiang's system.
Oh, yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an
Paimon, sorry. What?
God remains?
There's no need to worry, Director Who. It is the sworn duty of all who practice medicine to cure illnesses and save lives. What reason would I have to... Besides, it was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular. Perhaps out of...
Now you're bringing my great-uncle into this? Baizhu, just what are you planning this time?
Merely to cure this man, nothing more. But of course, if you have...
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at Boo Boo Pharmacy. Okay, deal. We're not gonna solve anything by keeping Jia Liang here. I'm happy to do it your way, but only for my great-uncle's sake and the travelers, of course.
You must be pleased you brought the traveler along. Otherwise, this would have been a much more vexing ordeal.
Well, time is of the essence. Let's get ourselves back to Boo Boo Pharmacy at once. blockages within the cardiovascular system, reduced blood flow and energy circulation? I see. I suppose this must have caused the cognitive abnormalities.
Dr. Baiju, how bad is it? Can you cure him?
Don't you worry. Baiju's a really great doctor. He's sure to find a way. Isn't that right, Baiju?
Ayu, do you know when your father first started displaying these symptoms?
I'm not sure. He's been like this for as long as I can remember. But it wasn't as bad as...
So it's been a long time indeed. No, I have a treatment plan in mind. We can start tonight. Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise that by then, Ayu will find his father healthy and lucid again.
Thank you, Dr. Baiju. Thank you so much.
If you still have any misgivings, Director Who, please feel free to hang around for as long as you wish.
However, it would... Yes, of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at the flowers or something. But I will be back in an instant at the first sign that something's amiss.
See you tomorrow, Baiju and Chung-Chung.
Bye for now, everyone.
Are you ready, Baiju?
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm used to it by now. Come on, let's get started.
All's well that ends well, huh? You know, Paimon's kind of curious after hearing Baiju mention those people from his past. What do you think they were like? Yeah, you must be curious too, right? Let's go see what we can find out while Baiju's busy treating Ayu's dad.
While I'm idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled, snake-bedecked docs doing surgery. Hello, you busy bees, and what do you have to discuss with the funeral director today? Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess. From the looks on your faces, you've got some questions for me.
Guilty as charged. So, we were just a little curious about Baiju's master. What was he like? Oh, and also, how come you and Baiju could tell so quickly that Jia Liang had god remains in his system?
Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first founded to fight back against the vengeful wrath of gods defeated in war. Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in these days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but all the relevant know-how is still passed down to each generation, so we can identify gods' remains when we see them.
Okay, Paimon gets it now. Wait, so how did Baiju learn to spot them?
Almost certainly from his master, who was also my great-uncle. Baiju's master was my grandpa's younger brother, a former deputy director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Wow, fancy that! Huh. So, if he was from Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, how did he end up as Baiju's master?
According to my grandpa, he and my great-uncle once went traveling together when they were young. They ended up at Chenyu Vale, where they met a pharmacist. That pharmacist must have cast some sort of spell on my great uncle, because after that encounter, he suddenly announced he wanted to leave the family business and go practice medicine instead. My grandpa had a huge argument with him, but he couldn't convince him to stay. So my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my great uncle stayed in Chenyu Vale to practice medicine. They never spoke to each other again.
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change. Kinda hard to imagine. But why did it drive a wedge between them for the rest of their lives? That seems a bit extreme.
If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue. After all, the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor wasn't unlike a regular doctor's clinic in the early days. But according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met had a very ominous aura about him. And on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition goes against the natural order of things.
In what way?
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics. And you've seen how wary Baizhu is around me. He'd never tell me anything. But even that says to me that he definitely has something to hide. One thing I do know about Baizhu is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality. But whether that... Anyway, so I will be sticking around here for now to keep a close eye on the situation. Maybe tomorrow I'll finally figure out what he's up to.
After all that, it seems like we have more questions than answers. It's a new day! Let's go back to Boo Boo Pharmacy and check out how Jia Liang is doing.
Dad!
Oh, are you?
Dad, you remember me!
Yes, I remember now. Oh, Ayu, I'm so sorry. You must have been worried sick. Has your mom shown up yet? She's been gone for a while, hasn't she?
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baishu's gonna help too. Right now, all you need to do is concentrate on getting better.
Great. That's wonderful. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Baizhu.
My pleasure, really. It's the least I can do to honor my late master's dying wish. If anything, I should be apologizing to you for not making the time to visit in all these years.
Not at all, Dr. Baizhu. It's only because Jiang Li... What was her reason again?
You're still in the early stages of recovery, so you'll need to take it easy for a while. Take it slowly and try...
I suggest you stay at Boo Boo Pharmacy and rest for at least the next few days.
Director Hu, do you have any further reservations about Jia Liang's condition?
It seems like... But... How did you accomplish this in a single night?
That would be a trade secret, I'm afraid. If that gives you any cause for concern, you may continue to monitor. Though I regret to say that Boo Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse Wangsheng Funeral Parlor for any revenue lost in the meantime.
Oh, come on, Baizhu. I'm not that unreasonable.
Ah.
I been stuck indoors for too long. Baiju, take me outside for some air, or I'm going to suffocate.
Ah, yes, of course. Everyone, please excuse Qiangsheng and myself for a moment.
Suffering now, are we? Did you seriously expect to cover it up just by putting on a brave face and ignoring it? If it weren't for my quick thinking, they'd have all seen the sorry state you're in by now. But in any case, why must you keep this a secret from everybody? You should at least share your secret with one person you trust.
Who's there?
Ah!
Why did you follow us here? Oh, it's nothing. I just needed to get some air.
What did I just say about putting on a brave face? Traveler, Paimon, the truth is, Baiju did not cure Jialiang's illness. Instead, he transferred some of his own life force to his... Baiju, can you please explain all of this?
My predecessors in medicine forged a contract with Qiangsheng. Every successor to this contract is able to use Qiangsheng's secret art to treat patients. I believe the irregularities with Jialiang's heart meridian were likely caused by a poison concocted using god remains as a key ingredient. The poison has not been purged from Jialiang's system. Rather, I infused him with some of my own life force, using Qiangsheng as the delivery medium. This will suppress the poison's effects for a limited time.
Qiangsheng? You can do that? Huh. Paimon always thought you were just Baiju's strange choice of a necklace. Hey, I'll have you know that I commanded the respect of even the Adepti back in Chenyu Vale. If anything, he is my mannequin. I was treating patients with Baiju's master's master long before he ever set eyes on his first medical text. Whoa. Guess you shouldn't judge a snake by its skin.
Please, that's enough.
Wait a sec. Huto was saying that the branch of medicine you studied uses some pretty dubious methods. So, when you transfer your life force, does that mean you're actually damaging your own body?
Hardly. Qiangsheng helps to keep my qi in balance, so there is no great harm done.
Still, but Traveler, Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? He needs someone checking up on him, or he'll exhaust himself trying to accomplish everything on his own. Baiju, don't you think you should seize this opportunity?
Entire life. Thank you, Traveler and Paimon.
Huh. Paimon doesn't think we've seen this side of you.
The poison in Jialiang's system must have accumulated over a prolonged period. Yes, I asked Ayu this morning before you arrived. He told me that his family lives in a secluded spot. Let's head there together once I've asked Gui and Chi-Chi to look after the pharmacy. As well as investigating Jialiang's exposure to the poison, we should also keep an eye out for Ayu's missing mother, my fellow...
Whoa! There's a house all the way out here? Huh. It's so well hidden, Paimon's never noticed it before.
Nor have I. And I've hosted clinics at Qingsa Village many times in the past. If you ask me, Jiang Li was trying to...
Oh, that reminds Paimon. We meant to ask earlier, but it slipped our minds in the rush to get here.
She was indeed. We studied medicine together under the same master near Chenyu Vale. She is several years older than I and also began her travels far earlier than me. As a result, the time I spent studying alongside her was rather short.
Supposedly, she met an herb gatherer sometime during her travels and decided to settle down with him. Wait, Changsheng, are you saying neither of you had actually met Jialiang or Ayu before all of this?
Jiang Li did. The last time she visited us, she and Master had some sort of quarrel. We never heard from her after that. It almost seemed as if she'd gone into hiding.
Quarrel? What happened? I don't know. I did not...
Nor did Master ever explain it to me. All he would say is that should I ever encounter Jiang Li or her family in the future, I should...
Oh, so that's why you went to such extreme lengths to help Jialiang.
No. Even if my master had never said anything, it...
Paimon never knew you were so selfless, Baiju. Paimon always had you down as the sneaky, scheming type. Sorry.
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all your suspicions, You ought not be quite so quick to relax your guard, Paimon. Sometimes even the good guys have their own private agenda.
What the... Okay, that was the most suspicious-sounding thing you've ever said.
Let's leave the idle chatter there for now, Jiang Li has lived in this house for many years. There must be something here that can shed a little light on this whole situation. Let's split up, but if anyone finds anything, we'll examine it together.
Traveler, Paimon, come quick! What is this?
Changsheng and I found a hidden compartment. This is what was hidden inside.
You sense it too? You're right. This is a poison concocted using god remains. Is it breathing? Paimon's not seeing things, is she?
No, your eyes do not deceive you. Some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. This ancient class of poisons consists of mother and minor loads, capable of sustaining a connection over vast distances. If it's a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison in Jialiang's system and this one here are likely minor loads. Offshoots, essentially.
Offshoots? So, the main body is somewhere else?
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to indirectly control the poisoned individual's behavior and even cognition. Similarly, the poisoned individual will hear, to a varying extent, the call of the source.
The call of the... Wait, So, back when Jia Liang ran off...
Only one thing could have been drawing him there. The source of the god remains used as the poison's key ingredient, the mother lode.
Ugh, this is getting crazier and crazier. What kind of person would do all this just to poison Jia Liang? Hey, why has everyone gone quiet all of a sudden?
Since this poison was carefully hidden away in his secret
You mean Jia Liang? Why would he poison himself?
Think a little harder, Paimon. Someone else who lives here, and who might have expertise in crafting drugs.
Huh? So you're saying... it was Wait, but that doesn't make any...
I agree. It makes little sense.
Look at the facts, though. How many people in the entire...
It's too early to draw... Yes. According to the origins and... So if we can find and destroy... Do you know anything about god remains in
Even the history books have no record of this. The only ones who'll know anything are those old fogies who have been hanging...
Didn't you used to be on good terms with the Adept?
Well,
Changsheng's memories and powers are not what... These days, she has to enter a contract with a mortal and...
Whoa, what? Enter a contract?
Hey! Plenty of people would jump at the chance with my assistance in rebalancing...
Stronger and healthier? Baiju, maybe when you retire?
Unfortunately, Changsheng's contract has strict requirements regarding...
Temperament? Ugh, Paimon's mad! You're getting...
This is exactly why you're...
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at...
With how What?
Seems you're as well connected as...
Oh, if you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better do the honors.
You called?
Ugh, gets Paimon every time.
Are all Adepti in the habit of materializing?
Well, this is unexpected.
Huh? It's you.
Baiju of Boo Boo Pharmacy. I do believe I've had the pleasure before. The Lantern Rite, when we met briefly. I was unaware...
Huh? You...
Our paths have crossed once before. I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me? So someone has been concocting demonic poison. Too often, fervent desires drive mortals to abandon all regard for their own safety. It is lamentable. I now know what you seek. It is a vile monster known as the Ch. Once the land was finally cleansed of poison, when Rex Lapis used statues and the seal is still mostly intact. If the Ch is the source, then it must be some of its blood. However, its aura... I do not like to intervene against, but when demonic forces are involved. Nothing. I do not wish to sway decisions that are more... Immortality may not be the
I shall treasure your words of instruction.
Farewell.
What a strange Adeptus.
That's Xiao for ya! And thanks to him, we finally...
If the god remains are leaking from underground, Jiangli must...
Master, there's a problem.
Gui? Did you run all the way from Boo Boo Pharmacy?
What happened? Don't panic.
It's Jiaoliang. He was fine 1 minute.
Already? Based on past experience.
It seems that my... Everyone, back to...
What's wrong?
Don't be scared. Dr. Baishu.
How is he doing?
Dr. Baiju, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier, but then he suddenly started coughing up blood. Now he can't even get a full.
When Gui left, he was still conscious. But now...
Gui, please take Jialiang to the back room and prepare for treatment.
Yes, of course.
Don't worry, Ayu. I will cure your father.
Baishu's not gonna use Changsheng's secret art again, is he?
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still...
Much better. Wait, where...
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be
Oh, really? Well, he must be tired from... I don't know how I can begin to repay him for...
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet.
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet.
Though, on the bright side, this...
Traveler? Baiju hasn't shown his face. Huh? Hey, wait up!
You're finally awake? That was far too risky.
There was no time. I had no other choice. Jiang Li's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that
So, how much longer do you think Baishu's gonna nap for?
They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep. Shall we at least go and show...
All right.
Surely
Who's talking behind our backs again?
Ah! Baishu! Changsha!
Of course.
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday.
I made an error, and as a result, his life force depleted at a great...
What? You mean, even if you got all...
Yes. But more pertinently, the poison in Jialiang's system... Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and though it was created from God remains...
Had he not taken it all these years...
Still, using poison to treat a disease is hard... Moreover, the long...
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been...
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around, because humans have no natural defense against them. I fear that the situation is just as that...
I never suspected that even Zhang Li would turn to the same path as to sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond...
Well, I think that it's too early to say. In any case, I have stabilized Jialiang's condition from... Her regular exposure to God remains over such a long period will have been catastrophic for her health. And given that she's already been missing for several days...
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baiju.
It's Jialiang!
Dr. Baiju, please let me come with you. You've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just sit here and watch. After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but at the very least, I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes to gather her herbs. I'm sure I'll remember. I have to remember.
Be careful. If you get too agitated, your blood pressure and stress levels will rise, putting further pressure on your heart. For your own safety, you should stay here and rest.
No! We're out of time! We have to go now. Right now. Before I forget everything again.
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a very real possibility that...
I never expected to live this long in the first place. My death is already long overdue. So why should I fear it? There's only one thing I fear now, and...
Very well. Then follow me.
Dr. Baiju, are you heading out again?
Yes. This could please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen, and 1 dose each of the ingredient.
Dr. Baiju?
Hop to it now, and remember to be careful with the cauldron this time.
Okay.
It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if something inside me is trying to guide me somewhere.
The Mother Lode's influence is growing stronger. But, Jialiang, can you sense which direction?
I think it's... this way. Yes, I'm sure of it. I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way. This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
There is an...
I think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay?
No, I have to...
ensure your safety.
As you wish.
The digging marks here appear A thieves' tunnel? Paimon...
Judging by the tools they left, but why did they abandon this place?
I remember now. But she said that the method would cause me to,
Easy, Jialiang. Come on, let's keep going. Mind the side effects.
Yeah!
I must leave no stone unturned.
Disappear!
As a dutiful maid would.
Don't touch me!
Steady as stone.
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster-repelling incense.
A monster repelling incense? You sure? 'Cause we did run into that group of monsters.
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought, no doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted. After them,
That's right. This sensor. This is where...
Jialiang!
I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can... I can feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
Aha! We can keep going now.
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of.
Don't get frostbite.
Seems like an emergency.
The doctor will see you.
Mind the side effect.
Windblade!
Hi! Just like we rehearsed.
A bitter pill to swallow. Remember, health comes first. Mind the side effects.
But they still need me.
Leave it all to me.
Worst danger ever.
So sorry.
The doctor will see you.
Taking a turn for the better.
Steady as stone.
Doesn't see any barrier-breaking mechanisms around here.
There are tracks here, and it looks like they're connected to something. Shall we follow it and see where it takes us?
Zhongli!
Look out! There's a monster next to her!
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back. Seems like an emergency.
Dodge this.
Cool it.
Press this on the side! Yeah!
Disappear.
Mind the side effects. Remember, health comes first.